Today, we're just going to get right into it as your favorite talking head does his best to review another TV show. That's right, I'm reviewing another Apple TV Plus TV show. Of course, you know how much I love Apple. And it just happens to be High Desert, starring the great Patricia Arquette, who gets to show off why she's one of the greatest of all time. Hi, I'm your host, Chris Humphrey, and for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm just another talking head who has a giant pimple on his nose, can't seem to get rid of it. I promise it keeps getting better. You should have seen it last week. It was almost as big as Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Please don't sue me if you owe that song. But back to the task at hand. It's the lovely High Desert, starring Patricia Arquette, Matt Dillon, a bunch of players like Brad Garrett, day players, and just a zany little thing. The best way to give you the plot to this show without spoiling too much is that Patricia Arquette's character, Peggy, is a recovering addict who was going to go to jail, but Matt Dillon took the fall and went to jail for lots and lots of marijuana and drugs and all that. She is a bit of a low life, trying to get her life back on track, works for one of those like Pioneer Village where role playing type shows or things that you can take your kids and learn about how they churn butter once or twice back in the Amish paradise or whatever. Please, Weird Al, don't sue me for that one either. But she is a little bit crazy, a little bit zany because she's trying to better her life and wants to become a private investigator, or it may already be. You kind of have to watch it to get it. She is utterly hilarious in this. Her timing is impeccable. I knew she was great because every teenager fell in love with her in True Romance with Kristen Schlater, and it was Gary Oldman playing the Rastafarian, right? Uh, we all loved her in that movie, we all thought she was excellent in Stigmata, even with the makeup on. And what else? Medium. Oh, that's an excellent show. She in this show she gets to be something a little different where the writers deserve probably a little more credit because the lines are hilarious, but she delivers them so perfect. uh, for instance, there is one line that I loved. Let's just say she may be a little high on something and she falls asleep at the wheel and backs her car up into a uh, semi truck, and the whole roof of it, and because she fell asleep she didn't get hurt, but the whole roof of her car gets torn off and she literally ends up underneath the car. Now, that's a little bit of a spoiler. It's more closer to the beginning, but it's pretty funny when the line comes out when her sister asks her, uh, what the hell happened to your car? And she coldly says, it was a hit and run. Her facial expressions, everything in that scene alone sold me on the show because it was perfect. The perfect line at the perfect moment, and the way she just went, it was a hit and run. When you see the car, you will roll just as much as I did. I thought it was one of the best lines in the show. But who surprised me, two people in particular, Miss Opie, or Opia, I believe is how you would pronounce it. I haven't seen her in anything, and that's my fault because, well, sometimes we don't really have time. She does an excellent job raising, I guess, an adopted daughter who is in her teenage phase where she's going crazy. She's kind of the mother that everybody wished they had. And then you have the lovely Bernadette Peters who comes in, but she's not a surprise. She barely gets any time, but she's always great. Again, she was every teenager's dream in the movie The Jerk, because, well, I love The Jerk. I had a math teacher, Mr. Tazinki, who played it. Whenever he didn't want to teach us math, he would put on The Jerk because he loved that movie. And, well, so I've seen that a million times. But the biggest surprise is Rupert Friend. I didn't know how funny he was. Honestly, I was used to him from like Homeland and other serious roles. So seeing him do the comedy and play off of Patricia Arquette, uh, they really work well together. Really funny, especially the part where they're patting each other down. You could tell. I'm hoping they all had fun on this, and it was nice to see Matt Dillon back because I haven't seen him in a while. Maybe I've been living under a rock, but it's nice to see him back with that pathetic charm that he always had, right? Drugstore Cowboy and all those, Something About Mary, you name it. Matt Dillon done it all. He's a better actor than his brother. Don't tell him I said that though. But if we are gonna say it, what some people aren't gonna like is that the comedy's a little drier, a little darker, and Patricia Arquette plays a little zany. And I think that's what worked for the show. But I noticed people online just don't get that kind of sense of humor, don't like that kind of sense of humor, right? Brad Garrett's up to his old Everybody Loves Raymond type tricks where he's the uh, strong, smart, say it as it is type brother, but in this case, boss. Um, and that some people don't like that kind of sense of humor, and I get that. It does take a while to figure out what the hell's going on, but each episode you get another zany one-liner, another zany problem in this lovely girl's wife, which probably is partially her fault from the character standpoint, and I think that's what makes it funny. Again, once again, I find myself disagreeing with some of the reviews. Like I said, we all have different tastes, but to go out there and give it a one or a two or three, it just tells me you're not watching it, or you're not watching it till the end. Because a lot of people, if you rate it after one episode, then what's the point? Finish it, right? I don't care if you hate it. Finish it. Hate watch the shit out of it if you have to. That's the best way. But finish it, and then you can see if you understand what they're trying to get at. And the season finale, which just aired this past Wednesday, uh, shows you what it was getting at, and it probably ties into a bigger picture for other episodes. So you can already tell my review is probably going to be high. You can see I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. You can see if I put it on the list or not. That's debatable, but you can see or not. But you should definitely go out there and watch it. You should also tell me how to get rid of this goddamn pimple. It doesn't seem to be going away. We're on day 10. Let me know what you guys use. Toothpaste doesn't seem to be working. In fact, it's utterly itchy. Used to be sore. Now it's not sore at all. But I appreciate your guys' patience. Let me know what you think of me down below. Make fun of my zit all you want because I'm doing worse. Let me know what you think of the TV show on Apple TV Plus. All 8 episodes streaming now. Get out there. I love you guys. If I don't see you, you know what I'm going to say. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Producer, hit the High Desert theme song. Except don't, because I can't afford it. Ciao.